How do you foresee the future of your products?
I think first of all, let me talk about the future of electricity in India. Today, India is consuming almost 1/100th of the average power consumption per capita being consumed by developed nations. Even if we go by the average of all the nations put together, our consumption in India is only nearly 3% of the average consumption of all the nations put together, including developed and undeveloped. So much acute shortage of power, acutely low level of power is being used in India. So that only shows that all of us, there is no reason why we will not develop right to the top of the developed nations, but also even if we take into account the nations which are developing nations, we have a long way to go and a long gap to fulfill as far as the power availability is concerned. Power will be made available. Government has major expansion plans. In fact, if you look at the 9th, 10th and 11th plan, it's a matter of pride to see that what we could not achieve in 9th, 10th was much better, and 11th we are likely to achieve our full objective of the target, which means that in another 5 years to 10 years time, we will have 3 times more power available to India than what we have had in the last three years back. So with this much of power available, obviously this power has to reach the consumers. The consumers will use the power through power distribution equipment, and hence the need for power distribution equipment is going to rise, is already rising very fast, will continue rising, and the demand we are expecting will be many folds than what it is today. And the second aspect of this would be, it is rising not only because of the expansion, but also because the quality of power required and power equipment required is different. So a lot of old equipment will have to be replaced in the next few years, replaced with better equipment, so that it can serve well the consumers, the best interests of the consumers.
What's your dream?
My one major dream has been, India was badly stuck at one time because of cheap Chinese thrust of electrical products, including CFLs and MCBs and other electrical products. So much so that one time the Indian industry felt almost paralyzed under the pressure of cheap substandard CFLs and MCBs which were pushed into the country. The Indian industry came up very well. It retorted very well. It started developing inside systems so that the quality could be better, cost effective could be improved, in consequence of which today they are in a position, and tomorrow they will be still stronger in producing products which are of very high quality and yet very cost effectively produced. Once that is done, my dream is that we would like to thrust the Indian products or push the Indian products into the Chinese market, other cheap markets with high quality and yet low cost. That's the dream. I hope it will not take long for me to fulfill and achieve my dream.
Anything else you would like to say?
I think the most critical message that I would like to give to all those who are listening to me today, that power is available, is short today, more will be available. But undoubtedly, the more we generate, the more we pollute the air. The more we use, more we are becoming the cause of such pollution. The more we use, more we are reducing the availability in the country. These reserves are limited. Reserves of power, whether oil or coal, are limited. We are finishing or reducing those reserves. So it is an ardent, sincere, honest, respectful message to all users of power. Let's use power as minimal as possible. Let's use power with such equipment which is highly efficient. Let's make sure that whatever is inefficient is not used, an inefficient source of power or usage of power or equipment of power usage is not used, so that our objectives are served. We don't live in darkness, and yet we don't throw away power, we don't throw away the fuel which is so costly to us and so limited to us. By one estimate, it appeared that perhaps in the next 50 years, 70 years time, all the coal that we have might be finished. We do not know whether it's right or wrong, but this is a message that one day this is all finished. Let's leave this word to our generations, coming generations, a much better word, a much richer word than the word as it is today.
Thank you.
My message. Thank you very much.